I have listened to Rift every single day since I listened to the album Rift for the first time. I have also listened to Junta every single day since I listened to Junta for the first time. The words Washu Fizi drive me to Firenze are words that I never in my life thought I would say, nor did I think that they would ever be stuck in my head, but here we are. So, with that said, I'm going to fly stag this Friday evening, and I'm going to listen to Lawn Boy, because chronologically speaking, it's the next stop. And Walterooski speaking, I've kind of got the itch. I've really, really, really been enjoying what I've listened to. And again, I'm not trying to inundate my YouTube channel with Phish content, but I've really, really, really enjoyed it. And I'm just going to go where, music organically takes me. I have seen a lot of people have said in the comment section that this is their favorite album, or up there. I believe that this is a top 3 for a lot of the folks that have addressed my comment section. And Reba seems to be the song everybody was like, yo, Walt, dude, this is the song you're going to like the most. So we'll see. So I'm going to hit the play button on this thing. Wow, I didn't even say that the way I should have said that. I'm going to hit the play button on this thing. But before I do, it's just very important to me that you know that you are awesome, that you are valuable, that you are important, that you matter, that you are deserving of love, and that I am abundantly grateful for even a moment of your time. If you like what you see, feel free to hit the like and the subscribe button. It goes a long way to help me out. If you really like what you see, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Or join me on Twitch. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Arizona time, along with the occasional impromptu, just because I felt like it stream. But guys, without further ado, this is Lawn Boy. The first opener, well, the opener, not the first opener, but the opener is the Squirming Coil. Here it goes. Washu Fizi, drive me to Firenze.
Coil of sunset.
Oh.
I keep within my reach.
Piano.
Tried yesterday to get away and hitchhike to the
Ooh.
beach. I saw Satan on the beach trying to catch a ray. He wasn't quite the speed of light, and the squirming coil, he got away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love this.
He got away.
And kind of a piano ballad vibe. And I feel like maybe I'm hearing a 12 string. Maybe I'm wrong on the 12 string. It's a jangly sound. The Squirming Coil of sunset. I keep within my reach. Tried yesterday to get away and hitchhiked to the beach. I saw Satan on the beach trying to catch a ray. He wasn't quite the speed of light, and the Squirming Coil, it got away. Oh, man. Paige is the piano player, I believe you guys said? That just such a beautiful detail. Went a little bit further back than I anticipated, but that's okay. I really like this part. Ah, that part was tasty. I love this transitionary piece with this guitar. This jazz element, like this kind of soft jazz. Ooh. I like the softness to this. Ooh. The way the bass came in there. And the feedback from the guitar there. And we're picking it. love this part. These feedbacky noises. It's staying for days. Ooh. I love this tone. I take back the 12-string guitar thing. I really think it was just a guitar that was kind of jangly. That sustain. Oh man, these arpeggios.
The muscles flex, the mothers ring. They fasten children to their king and send him down the crooked street. When he returns, the birth's complete. Jimmy holds the tennis root, the forest tasty nectar shoot. The sun tips off the monarch suit, from sequin stash to shiny boot. I'd like to lick the coil someday, like Icarus, who had to pay with melting wax and feathers brown. He tasted it on his way down.
Interesting subtext about Icarus. If you didn't, everybody knows he flew too close to the sun, but a lot of people don't realize he was also told not to fly too close to the sea. You don't want the salty air to drag you down to the water. Neither here nor there. I find this second part from really like the muscles flex. This seems to have taken a much more whimsical approach. She fastened children to her king and sends him down the crooked street. When he returns, the birth's complete. Jimmy holds the tannis root, the forest tasty nectar shoot. It's kind of like a lore-driven sort of thing here. Like a kind of a fantasy sort of thing. The sun tips the monarch suit, from sequined sash to shiny boot. I'd like to lick the coil someday, like Icarus. Wow. Wow.
Stun the puppy, burn the whale, bark a scruff and go to jail. Forge the coin and lick the stamp. Little Jimmy's off to camp.
Is lick the stamp an LSD term? Just asking. Such a good guitar sound. There's the release. Yes. And we're back to the guy. Yeah.
You got away.
Oh, that was my favorite part of it too. And they came back.
You got away.
I love this.
You got away. You got away. You got away.
I could almost see this being the tale of a psychedelic experience, honestly. Oh, man. I love how pronounced the piano has been in this particular song. Oh, man. Oh, man. This cascade here. Oh, gosh. That was just like, it still is just such a kind of, oh man, the way that ended, that piano. I mean, just everything about it. I'd really like to hear it again. This whole thing, it just kind of softly fades it out, you know? Adds that little extra note there. Do-do-do. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. This is the one everybody said I was gonna fall in love with, so let's check.
Reba stick a boulder in the water. A Reba tie a cable to a tree. Reba stuck in a game of lipstick, perfume, fly paper. Reba press a razor to a slide, cross a needle with a prune.
Wow. Reba sink a boulder in the water. Reba tie a cable to a tree. Reba stuck in a game of lipstick, perfume, fly paper. I imagine this to be a take on rock, paper, scissors. Reba press a razor to the slide, cross a needle with the prune. Reba press a razor to a slide, cross a needle with a prune. Huh.
A knee deep in the motel dub. A Reba dang a little from her lip. Dip. Sip. A Reba babble to the nag with a lipstick, perfume, water to a farmer in a truck.
So wordy.
Cheetah Reba, cheetah on the prowl in a cage, stick a boulder in the water, tie a cable to a tree.
I love that they throw the rhyme here, but golly day, is this ever kind of absurd? You know, like as an absurdist, not like that the song is bad. Reba babbled to the nag with the lipstick, perfume, mutter to a farmer in a truck, take a peek at a cheetah, Reba, cheetah on a prowl in a cage, sink a boulder in the water, tie a cable to a tree.
Mutter nature to the nag with a lipstick, perfume, Reba flush a fresh farm, leftover thunder in a circle. Down the pipes.
I'd fall over my words trying to do that.
Tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store, oh, bag it. Tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store, oh, bag it. Tag it.
A flesh farm left over? Reba flush a flesh farm left over?
Sell it to the butcher in the store, oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store.
I don't think I'm supposed to understand the lyrics here, am I?
Reba put a stopper at the bottom of the tub, picked up the jar and screwed
kind of a rap time thing now.
to the water. A little scoop of plaster mix, some coffee grounds and mud, and then she stirred it with a ladle that her grandmother had bought her. Threw in a pot of melted wax, a 4 foot and a hoof, apple core, worms galore, a can of some corrosive.
Okay. This feels like it's somehow turned into like a bar chant, which is super cool to me, but at the same time, just where they go with their lyrics, like, again, I'm kind of done trying to understand them at this point, but golly goodness, is it ever absurd.
Coconuts and chloroform, some wicker and some cork, toxic waste, some purple paste she hoped was not explosive. Reba dip a ladle for a taste of her creation, and she knew that what she made would be the finest in the nation. Bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store.
And we're back
Bag
to
it,
this.
Tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it.
So far, if I'm just being honest,
Bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher
it's
in the
off to
store.
a bit of a
Oh,
slow
bag
start
it,
for me.
Tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it.
Okay, this is better. Yes. Come on, baby. Give Daddy his release. Come on. this real? Okay, no, I'm still uncomfortable. Ooh. I'm just expecting it to change now. Oh, wow. Earlier when I was saying that it was kind of soft and it just, I wanted it to do something, it's doing something now. It's definitely creating a tension here. Oh, man. Okay. I really loved that. That little bass and guitar run. That. And it never ends up where you think it's going to. You think it's going to do the same thing again, because sometimes it does and others it doesn't. That slap bass, though. Oh, man. They, like, start things sometimes, and then they don't finish them just to redo them again and then do more of it. It's so... It's a head trip, dude. Ooh. I love the energy from this hat, this hi-hat. This is a polyrhythm moment here too. So the drum is holding one thing, the bass is doon doon. The bass is doing like a heartbeat thing with the bass drum. Hi-hat is, and the piano. Oh man. And the guitar. Yeah, they're all wow. Wow. Like their scales never end. Like they just keep finding places to go with them. Oh man. Love that. Love this. Is this in multiple keys? Oh, man. Okay. 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 Send it. Send it. Please send. Oh. It got sexy on me. I've now forgotten about this bag it tag it part, which I imagine is coming back. But this has been my favorite jam of the song. Oh, dude. The piano. I want to hear it again. That sustained feedback, and then it just came in unexpectedly. I thought he was gonna let it go more. Dude. Is he gonna do it again? He did do it again. This is what I wanted the whole song. Yeah, dude. This whole part. The bass. Oh my gosh! Don't do it. You're gonna do it. Before we get back to this, as kind of now endearing as it is after that display of virtuosity, there were so many parts I wanted to pick out. Like, that was maybe 3 minutes? Like 3 minutes of a solid solo, right? And it did so many. I'm going to just narrate over top of it for a moment. But it did so many different things I wanted to comment on, but I didn't want to interrupt it. But the intermittent palm mutes. Dude. His hammer-on work, his double bends and bends. Then the piano panning that I feel is happening. like right there, for example. Okay, we're gonna go back a little bit, and then just listen to what the piano does from the left to the right here. It's such TLC. And then these offbeats while Trey is still going. And then you get this huge chunky where I'm guessing he changed pickups there when he went into that. Or stepped on another pedal, like another tube screamer. I believe I saw he had a compressor and two tube screamers, like the Ibanez tube screamers. Hey, this part again. I know that there's so many different parts. I know I'm going through the whole solo again, but and then it goes that high, and he's got these tremolo picking moments. The hammer-ons. That's what I'm talking about with the tremolo picking. And then that. I don't know if he's pick sweeping right there though, or if he's doing a whole bunch of hammer-ons. Maybe it's a little bit of both. Is he sweeping there? They do such a great job throughout that whole instrumental of balancing out really beautiful virtuosity in the arrangements between the bass player, the guitar player, the pianos, and the drums. But then that is counterbalanced with chaos that they just absolutely let unfold while they're playing the piece, but just not to the point that you think it's going to fall apart. Like, they always pull it back together, and it's always kind of like they let the ship rock, and they're like, oh, we almost fell, but we didn't. We're right back here. It's just such a special thing. And now we're back to Bag It, Tag It. Which, again, after all of that, is incredibly endearing, and I'm not mad that they're in the same song. Okay. The March snare.
Bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Bag it, tag it.
They really, they transitioned it differently than I expected.
Bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it.
I can't believe that.
Sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it.
This is in the same song as that solo was.
Bag it, tag it,
and all of this.
Oh, bag it.
That was all in the same song.
Sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it, sell it to the butcher in the store. Oh, bag it, tag it.
that was tasty, dude. Like, that was honestly, I'm kind of laughing to myself at the absurdity behind having such a passionate, moving stretch of instrumentation, and then all of that other silliness. It was so different than really. I mean, I thought it was going to be like a silly song that shredded and wailed, and while it shredded, and while in the beginning, because so many people were like, you're going to love this one. I was like certain there's no way it's going to be this goofy the whole time. Like, when does the wailing part start? Like, when do they go off? When does it go from whatever pace this is to 100? You know, I thought that was a song that was going to hit 100, and it totally did. But it didn't hit 100 in the same way that like Maze does, for example. It hit 100 in a totally different way, and maybe a much more like emotionally passionate way. Like, I feel like Maze was kind of like just raw energy, right? Like, just ripping energy. And this was like maybe more complex emotion than energy. Reba was, anyway. That instrumental, that sustained feedback, that was one of my favorite sounds. It was just super cool. I really think Reba, Maze, and You Enjoy Myself, YEM, have been some of my I mean, dude, they're really good. All right, so this one is my sweet one. Talking energy, okay. Let's go.
My sweet one, I call you my sweet one. You're my only true sweet one. With my all, I call you my sweet one. From far away, I'll say your name. Oh, with you, I'll travel thin.
It's a hoedown.
I call you my sweet one. I call you my sweet one. You're my only true sweet one. With my all, I call you my sweet one.
I think I could add another voice to that mix, but I'm not going to do it right now.
Far away, I'll say your name. Oh, with you, I'll travel thick. And with you, I'd also travel thin. And all the spaces in between. I travel with you, you're my sweet
The walk
one.
down on the bass here.
Now I must sit here and ponder.
Why do I say things? Because the second I point something out, he stops friggin' doing it.
And all the spaces in between. I travel with you, you're my sweet one. But for now I must sit here and ponder the under. Herbivores ate well cause their food didn't ever run. My sweet one, I call you my sweet one. You're my only true sweet one. With my all, I call you my sweet one. From far away, I'll say your name.
This is... I know I did that, and I know that makes people mad, but I want to hear the piano again, so take a dump in your hand if you're upset. That's amazing. And then... oh my gosh. iPad kids can't tap iPads that fast on their clicker games. The harmonics.
Oh, if you're ever unsatisfied.
I really loved what he did there. Kind of had like almost a skiffle sound, if you're familiar with the genre skiffle.
Oh, if you're ever unsatisfied with the way life's treating you, you know you can count on me to take good care of you. I love you, honey, oh yes I do, you know that's true, of course. And if your dog or cat ever dies, I'll buy you a you. My sweet. And if your dog or cat ever dies, I'll buy you a you.
I really hope I find a person in my life that if my dog or cat dies and Clark is getting old, I hope I find a sweet girly to buy me a U.
My sweet one, I call you my sweet one. You're my only true sweet one. With my all, I call you my sweet one. Far away, I'll say your name.
That was actually kind of a banger. I love a hoedown. Coming from Tennessee, where I am from is really close to this place called the Carter County Fold. And every Friday night they have like bluegrass Americana music play there. And it's owned by the family of June Carter Cash. And so all over the walls inside this, like sealed in, like, I don't want auditorium, we'll call it. There's a dance floor every Friday night. You get soup, beans, and cornbread for like $5 along with, and sometimes the door prices are different. But you can go out there and clog and hear some awesome bluegrass, some awesome time to hoe down. And again, it's so historic. You see all of the greats like Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, like, June Carter pictured up all over the walls. They've got so many classic instruments in there. Definitely a place of Americana history, but anytime I hear bluegrass Americana music, I'm always kind of brought to that. And I'd be lying if I said I could tell you a ton of artists that come from bluegrass or Americana. Well, Americana more than bluegrass, I suppose. But having grown up and been so close to that, having seen so many of my first live performances were seen kind of at the Carter County Fold. Or the Carter family fold, rather. And there's a sentimental spot in my heart for music that would play at a hoedown, I love it. So anyway, neither here nor there, little subtext to my life, but Split Open and Melt. Bassline for days, just ringing the tuning fork in my loins. I love the funk inspiration that they bring to their music so much. The bass tapping or slapping.
In the morning I pack up my gear and toss it in my carry-on. Rub my white load to the lip and watch the big core crack and roll. In the evening I undo my
Belt is kind of what I felt like I heard there.
Then watch the big core crack and roll. In the evening I undo my belt.
They edited something, or somebody sang into a vocoder maybe, with a low key.
Split open and melt.
Somebody, if you're in the know about how they made the belt and melt sound there, please tell me.
And I undo my belt. Split open and melt.
Maybe it was just really like kind of bassy compressed voice where he was talking like this. I could be wrong, but maybe the horns.
I wake up on my stomach with my face between my hands and crumble on the floor towards the doorway. Jump into my feet, I try to pull myself together, but I feel it in my knees, and the room begins to spin, and I slip and bump my head and raise a welt, split open and melt.
Now that we're going into that part, I want you guys to pay attention to the way the bass line descends here.
Pull myself together, but I feel it in my knees, and the room begins to spin, and I slip and bump my head and raise a welt, split open and melt. Split open and melt. Melt. Split open and melt.
I love that because that little you know, it waits like just one extra measure than you think it should. Is that a recorder? The drum pan there, I think it panned from left to right, right to left. It did! Yes! This might be my favorite bass song.
We breathe deep in a steam dream and plunge below the waterline. Plunge below the waterline. Down, 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 between.
And the bass line is all they need here. There's some reverb that I can't decide if is being applied to their voices or if Paige is playing some keys, some pad synths behind them, just real softly on the lower end of the keys.
Beams to the gloom room.
There's definitely a vocal echo on, or a vocal reverb on that because I could hear it kind of fizzle out there at the end of Room.
Beams to the gloom room.
That.
Among the seaweed and the slime.
Their vocal dynamics.
Down, 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 down.
Going back, I want to hear it again. For a bunch of dudes that don't have virtuoso voices, what they do with them amongst themselves, like, they are definitely a bunch of individual Power Rangers that when they get into their machine and create like the one giant Power Ranger machine, like the giant thing, that's Phish, but together all of them are still separate, all of them are still Power Rangers, but like when they're together, they're just the giant Power Ranger robot is kind of what I'm hearing here. But the bass slapping, the horns. And we got the guitar. Because of how much they're squealing, I don't think that they're double bends. I think it's just one really big bend with a lot of feedback and sustain. But it might be a double bend, and I can't quite decide. Do you know? Like, is he going with his fingers, or is he just going with his finger? And then it just kind of goes out into this. they never end it the way I think that they will, but I'm totally fine with it. And this seemed immediately like it was going to be another kind of Americana folky song. Kind of an Appalachian sound right now. Ooh. Oh, wow. We're back to the walk-in bass line. And the ragtime piano thing. It's almost like a little intermission for themselves. Like fast jam band wails. The Oh Kee Pah Ceremony. I definitely hear old skiffle kind of music, like, but I also feel like I'm hearing definitely like a folk Americana kind of sound. Also like a jazz sort of thing. Like it sound like I feel like it's definitely a hollow body guitar I'm hearing play this. But yeah, not necessarily a jazz guitar. Such a clean tone, though. Okay, so this one is called Bathtub Gin, which is a striking title. I can't believe, so 4 songs to go, counting this one. Bathtub Gin. Let's go, Brett. Oh. Oh, man. It almost has an 8-bit element to it, doesn't it?
Brett is in the bathtub, making soup for the ambassadors.
Why is he making soup in the bathtub?
Singing to the troubadours, and the kings are all lined up outside the gate, and the autumn bell is ringing. But they'll just have to wait. Where's the Joker? Have you seen him around with his 3-cone cap?
We're definitely back into kind of like whimsical fantasy absurdism, which I'm not mad about. But again, it's just kind of funny because it's like I have to remind myself that it's definitely musically, stylistically the same band that did Rift. It's just a very different approach. I feel like I'm seeing a lot more of the Ween inspiration in this album, as in, like, I can tell that they inspired the band Ween just for what that's worth here. Not that they, they sound like it. I'm saying I feel like Ween was 100% inspired by.
Wears like a crown. Have you seen his striped stockings and heard his sad tales about the kids under the carpet and the purple humpback whale?
Wow.
Here come the ambassadors. They show up one by one. Brett is tasting all the soup to see if it is done. And when
the bathtub soup.
The windowsill, waiting to be let in. And we're all in the bathtub now, making bathtub gin.
We went from bathtub soup to bathtub gin. It's a heck of a party.
Kings storm the hallway. They've climbed up through the gate. They didn't mean to be impolite, but they just couldn't wait.
For the gin?
The Joker.
Are they excited about the gin, the soup, or the Joker?
With his silly grin, he carries a martini made of bathtub gin.
I'm more of a vodka martini guy. No vermouth. Lots of olive juice. Lots of olives. Blue cheese in the middle if you got it. But I don't drink anymore.
Here comes the Joker. We all must laugh, 'cause we're all in this together, and we love to take a bath.
But are they bathing in bathtub gin or bathtub soup? I'm sorry, we're gonna go back. That's the sample. It probably wasn't a sample. They probably genuinely poured something and recorded that with the microphone, which makes that moment so much more special to me. I would like to know, do they do that sound when they've played this in a live context? And then that huge crash coming in. Is he playing a wood block? You hear that? I think there's a wood block here. Such a good guitar tone, dude. Even when it's not flying off the handle and soaring above the song. Is that a glockenspiel? Am I hearing the words gin in just the right ear right now? No, it's a little bit of both, but there's certainly pan words and there's two different voices saying the same thing. And the water noise is still happening. Like, it sounds like somebody broke the seal. Bathtub Gin is what he was saying there. Okay, this one is Run Like an Antelope. I feel like I smell like my neighbors started a fire. But I live in Phoenix. I'm going to pause it and make sure that there is not a wildfire or whatever. Okay, good news. As best I can tell, the desert is not on fire, and my neighbors are just using their chimney, which, again, is kind of strange when you live in the desert because the smell of firewood is not normal. So now that I've confirmed the desert is not on fire, my part of the desert, as like I said, as best I can tell, we're going to hop back in. Run Like an Antelope. Here we go. Ooh. Grew up a Mississippi hippies. What? This, I feel like somebody, what is it? Mississippi hippie. Man, I spelled Mississippi to Mississippi Mississippi hippie I'm falling apart. Up and Rolling. That's the song I was thinking. Up and Rolling. Hang on. I gotta confirm here. Okay. Yeah, I feel like that's pretty. I feel like they're similar. Similar, not the same. That's so nice, though. Ooh. It's so different than that other song. Just tonally similar. I love the dynamics between them all right now. Oh, man. This whole thing. I'm hearing like, and those noises are panning too, like left to right. Right there, it went left. They're literally going, and it's going from your left to your right ear. It's ASMR for musicians. Golly. And here's that chaos introduced. He does. I know I paused it in the middle of a solo, but he's got so many cool little palm mute pops, and then he does like string pull. I didn't mean to go back that far. I just wanted to get back to the beginning of the solo, but here we are. Like these little palm mute spots. And then that. And it leads into like these pinch harmonic sounds that he does when he solos. That palm mute. does that with his friggin' bend. The feedback that he... Is he making it feed back and then like doing a neck? Is he putting tension on the neck to make that sound while it's feeding back, or does he have like a whammy bar or something, or like a Bixby on his guitar? A Bigsby, not a Bixby. Dude, I have so many things to say about it, but that was like a 3-minute solo. Let's run it back. Long sustain. The crazy slapping of the piano here. Dude. And then you've got this palm muting energy part, that And the piano panning that happens there goes from left to right. Listen to that. Right there. And then it like adds an extra step or takes or shortens an extra step. I don't know which it was, but it maybe shortens. It's like I really feel like I hear him change his guitar tones so many times throughout the same song, like, and throughout the same solo. And I know you guys tell me it's just the one dude, but in my brain, it's just so much for one dude to do. I'm very interested to see his guitar and where his tap is so that I know when he's strumming how he does this in the middle of such fast like maneuvering. It'd have to be like so close to either the bottom or the top of the of where he's striking the strings. Crazy ascent. I just am so amazed by this. And this. All of that just to get to this soft part again. Unbelievable. Actually unbelievable. These little delays with reverb. Oh, man. Okay, we're into lyrics now.
Marco Escuandolas.
Marco Escuandolas.
Been you to have any spike, man?
Been you to have any spike, man? It feels like we're talking to the cab driver. I just want to stop it here and really comment on Phish's lyrical depth. I know Clark. My dog is while I'm over here trying to comment on Phish's obvious lyrical depth, my dog has been trying to find a place to hide his pig's ear, and he's just freaking out back there. He's just walking around with it in his mouth. He has no clue what to do. He's got no clue. So this is the title track. Lawn Boy. I like this. It's not quite bossa nova, but has that kind of almost has a little bit of a bossa nova vibe, but without like some of the rhythmic patterns.
Throughout the night, when there's no direct light, and a thin veil of clouds keeps the stars out of sight, I can smell the colors.
I love this one.
Outside on my lawn, the moist green organic that my feet tread upon, and the black.
I gotta be honest, this is really bringing me to a time of psychedelia. Through the night, when there's no direct light and a thin veil of clouds keeps the stars out of sight, I can smell the colors outside of my lawn. The moist green organic that my feet tread upon, and the black oleander,
surrounded by blues. Get so overwhelmed by olfactory hues.
I love that. I want to check on the meaning of olfactory just so I make sure I'm not. Oh, yeah. Overwhelmed by sense of smell hues. So like olfactory, like your nose, like your sense of smell, the hue of color of scent is effectively what it's talking about there. I totally kind of vibe on this. Like this is definitely like not quite LSD, kind of more of a mushrooms in my brain, how I feel like maybe my brain interprets the mushrooms experience. I don't feel like I'm nearly as connected to nature on LSD, and I don't feel like I'm even Walter on DMT. Not that I condone doing those things as a sober person now. Teach their own. Just not for me. But I love this sound so much. Oh, man.
I get so overwhelmed by olfactory hues.
This is definitely like cocktail bar with
by olfactory
jazz band
hues.
sounds. I've actually really enjoyed this song a lot. It's kind of just an easy listen with some nice guitar sounds, vivid imagery throughout it. Even if in this case, it's the imagery of scent. I'm kind of sad that this has more plays than the entire album combined. So bouncing around the rooms, gotta be a hell of a closer. Let's find out. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The woman was a dream I had, though rather hard to keep. For when my eyes were watching hers, they closed, and I was still asleep. For when my hand was holding hers, she whispered words and I awoke. And faintly bouncing round the room, the echo of whomever spoke.
They don't do what I think.
I awoke.
That's.
And faintly bouncing round the room, she whispered words and I awoke. And faintly bouncing round the room, the echo of whomever spoke. And I awoke.
I don't ask this to be stupid or ignorant. This is a genuine question, so please feel free to respect the place this is coming from. This isn't in an attempt to compare. But was Phish contemporaries with Rusted Root? Because there's a little bit of this to me that reminds me of Rusted Root a bit.
The echo of
Not that I've dug too deeply into them, so don't go hearing something I'm not saying.
never spoke. I awoke and fatally bouncing round the room. The echo of whomever spoke.
Home away.
The place I sought was far beneath the surface of the sea. My sight was poor, but I was sure the sirens sang their song for me. They dance above me as I sink. I see them through a crystal haze and hear them bouncing round the room. The never-ending choral maze. The crystal haze.
Feel like, I don't know if it's maybe like, I hesitate to compare anything because I feel like so frequently it's going to be hyper criticized, but I don't know if it's like a Phil Collins kind of vibe I'm hearing, maybe like a less vocally present Phil Collins kind of vibe.
Never-ending choral maze, the crystal haze, and hear them bouncing round the room. The never-ending choral maze.
Kind of sad to me that this is the biggest song on the album.
Bouncing round the room.
Why did people think that this was the best one? Was it featured in a movie? Because, like, there were, yeah, the softest song on the album for sure, so far. I like the round here. Yeah, I like that we're building it up. I like that we're getting bigger. Why does this have more songs than the entire rest of the album combined? More listens than the rest of the songs combined? That part's cool. One really long sustained note. The ending was the best part of that song. I mean, not that it was a bad song. Okay, not that it was a bad one. But it was easily, by far, the kind of, to me, the least cool. Like, okay, you can say what you will about the Oh Kee Pah Ceremony, but I don't see how that was the banger of the album. I mean, perhaps it was the most radio-friendly, but even then, it wasn't really like that radio-friendly. I mean, granted, I was about to be born. It doesn't say the date. It just says 1990. I was born July of 91. So, like, I guess I can't confidently say what the radio sounded like until, like, maybe 1999. is probably when I start remember hearing the radio and like recognizing the songs, and then I'd say it's probably like 2001 that I started knowing what it was I was hearing. But I definitely enjoyed this album. I think for sure Reba and Run Like an Antelope were my favorites, but I feel actually Bathtub Gin was super good too. Bathtub Gin was super good too. Yeah, I really did enjoy this. I really am excited to get more into the live albums. I've really enjoyed just the shredders I've been hearing. And again, so many of the different elements behind everything I hear just stand out to me. And I like going back and catching things I missed the first 2 or 3 times. Um, and I think that that kind of makes it fun to me. That I feel like I'd be able to confidently go back and listen a ton of times to any of these 3 albums, really, Rift, Junta, and Lawn Boy, and hear something different that I hadn't heard before. So I'm really, really, really fascinated and captivated by what it is I'm hearing. Let me see what is next. I know I said I was going to do Remain in Light, and I live, and I will do Remain in Light live eventually. But I think I'm still gonna go to a picture of Nectar, and keep going on this journey. I do want to react to a live one. I very much want to hear a live performance of the song YEM. For You Enjoy Myself. But neither here nor there. That's just kind of where my brain's at. I don't know when I'm going to schedule another album stream or live stream for Phish specifically. I just knew that I was ready to hear another album, so I decided I was just going to sit down and knock an album out. And good news, my house isn't on fire, even though it smells like firewood. Guys, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for the positivity that you show both to me and to one another. Continue to be the best, and until I see you next, be introspective and consider the birds. Goodbye.